Hey guys, it is John C. Morley here, sir, entrepreneur. Welcome to IFYL, Inspirations for Your Life. If you're watching us live or watching us on the replay, go ahead and open your camera app, point over to the QR code like so, touch the yellow ellipse, and in a couple seconds, you'll get my link tree with lots of great information to improve the quality of your life. And I know you want to do that. If you are listening to us on the podcast, then you can go to Believe, Believe, meachieve.com. That's believemeachieve.com. And you'll be able to check it out there. If you are coming back, well, welcome. Welcome back, friends, colleagues, wonderful associates. Thank you so much for making us a part of your life. And I also want to thank you if you're rewatching us on the replays, 1 a.m., 1 p.m., 2 a.m., 2 p.m., 4 a.m., 4 p.m., 12 midnight, 12 noon, 6 a.m., 6 midnight, or whatever time you're watching. Thank you for choosing to make IFYL Inspirations for Your Life a part of your day and, of course, your life. All right, you know how we work. We start a Saturday, we roll all the way through the week, and we end up on a Friday, ending that master topic. Here is the master topic, everyone. Are you ready? All right, how to see the glass half full. We're on series 2, which means we're in year 2. We're on show 14, and we're on episode number 6. All right. So when we think about seeing the glass half full, first of all, I have to tell you, I've gotten a lot of people that have been, how can I say, smart Alex. Their name is not Alex, and they're not really smart. They're just trying to shirk their responsibilities. One person told me the glass should be 2 times bigger. It should be smaller. Like they're not serious about their life. And these kind of people, whatever you teach them or you share with them, it's not going to matter because they just don't care about improving their lives. See, the people that I want to talk to, whether on podcast or whether here on the live cast of the videos, is I want people that want to make a difference in their lives and other people's lives. That's why I create this content. You know why I live. It's because I want to become a better version of myself and to help others become better versions of themselves. And you know I can't help others become better until I help myself become better. We'll see. John, why are you being selfish? I'm not. I have to make myself better so I can help others first, or it won't work, right? All right, so how to see the glass half full. There's a why. Why do you want to see it? There's a when and there's a how. So the why is, why do you always want to see the glass half full? Well, if you see the glass half full, you're going to be positive, right? You're going to radiate positive energy. People are going to want to be around you. When you see the glass half full, you're just going to have this nice ebb and flow in everything you do in your life. See, that's why you want to see the glass half full. When do you want to do this? Yesterday? No, right now, today. And you might be saying, oh, well, John, I'll do it after Passover. I'll do it after Easter. I'll do it after my cat's birthday or my dog's birthday. I'll do it after my brother gets engaged, or I'll do it after my brother gets married. Why are you doing this? Like, why are you making excuses for when you should start? Because what you're really doing is you're procrastinating. And by procrastinating, you're just going to elude yourself into something that you don't want. And you'll get stuck in that pattern. Now, you might be asking me, John, how do we do this? Well, we're going to talk about this again more tomorrow when we wrap up. But how is simple. Start by having gratitude, right? Have gratitude just for having the glass, let alone that it's filled with some water. Have gratitude, but really feel the gratitude, ladies and gentlemen, in your heart, all right? I don't say you to have it, just hear it. I want you to feel it in your heart. That is so key, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so when we think about how to see the glass half full, we want to find a silver lining. We want to find something positive in everything that we're involved in. Now, you might say to me, hey, John, there's this situation I'm involved in, and it can't be positive. Well, maybe the situation doesn't seem positive, but what the situation might bring into your life might bring a new relationship, might bring a new job, um, might bring new friendships. Okay. It might bring a new frame of thinking for you. So we've always got to look at it from the entire perspective. Or what I like to see is not just the trees in the forest, but the entire forest. So you don't want to just look at the forest completely. You don't want to just look at each tree. You want to look at everything. And when you look at everything, it's like you start to appreciate what it means to see the glass half full. Now, seeing the glass half full is a perception. We've talked about this before. We have our sight, our hearing, our touch, our taste, right? Smell. We have one more that we're going to talk about, and that's proprioception. That has to deal with the sensors in your muscles and body that actually can tell you whereabouts your arm, your fingers, or any part of your body is, even if your eyes were closed. Pretty cool, right? Proprioception is one of those things that a lot of people don't know as a sense, but without it, you wouldn't be able to walk. You wouldn't be able to balance. You wouldn't be able to do 99% of the things you do without having the sense of proprioception. Now, when we think about a glass and we think about it having some water in it, you probably say to me, hey, John, why did they pick a glass? Well, glass is very common. It's very easy to understand. And everyone has a glass in their home or at work, right? We all have a glass. And if you don't have a glass, you can have a plastic cup. It could be any kind of cup. It could be a metal cup, any kind of cup, all right? It could be a mug. And how you look at something is so very vital, all right? Take, for example, well, there's a painting behind me. And if you're listening to the podcast, you're going to have to take my word for it. So there's a painting behind me, all right? And look at that painting right now, right? Looks pretty cool. Now, if I was to change the perception, which I'm going to do for a moment, I'm going to put a light on, and that light is actually going to give us a different perspective of that oil painting. Can you see how the light is actually causing, and again, you have to take my word for it if you're on the podcast, but the light is causing the oils to actually glisten, show up in a completely different way. So just like we talked about the 6 and the 9, right? I'm going to go talk about it from the golf perspective. Any of us that are golfers out there, if you look at a club, there's a 6, there's a 9. Now, they have the 6 and they have the 9. So you might be asking me, hey, John, which club is the 9? The one with the line on it or the other? And so that's a great question. So the question is, which club is the 6? Let's ask that question. Which club is the 6? Does it have a line on it? What do you think? So when you think about the 6 and you see like the number, right? And it's underscored there, that indicates that that's, if it's on the bottom, you're looking at that club like that, right? The 9, okay, is still like a 6 that's upside down. But if you look at it, so I want to ask you this question. Does a golf club with a 9 or 6 have a line under it? All right. So it's really easy because the 6 and the 9, for example, are very easy to understand. But when you look at them differently, that can be a slight problem, right? It can be a slight problem. So I want to ask you a question, ladies and gentlemen. Does the 6 or the 9? Yes or no? Do you think it's the 6 or do you think it's the 9? And why do you think that? So, so there is a small line under the numeral 6 on a club. And the reason for that is so that you're looking at it from the 6 and you don't look at it upside down. So that means that that is the way you look at it, right? If it wasn't there and you looked at it a different way, you might think it's the 9. So they put the 6 underneath, okay, the line underneath the 6 club. And that means that that club is actually the 6. So perspectives. By having that line, I'm able to always tell that I'm grabbing a 6 and not grabbing the 9. You can also tell by the loft of the club, but if you're just getting started, you could easily grab the wrong club. And then when you go out to the swing, I was like, wait a minute, this isn't the right club. You take a swing, like, this isn't the 9. And you can tell because the 9 is different. But again, if you're rushing and you're not paying attention, it's very easy to grab the wrong club. All right. So perceptions. Perceptions. We talked about the 6 and the 9 just lying, on the ground. But the one about the golf club is important. And by golf manufacturers all putting that line under the 6 on the iron, it makes us forced to see the perception as a 6. When you are looking at the glass half full, okay? Are you looking at it half full because someone else has told you to look at it half full? Or are you looking at it half full because you genuinely want to be a positive person? You see, there's a difference, ladies and gentlemen, between wanting to be a positive person and taking action to be a positive person. All right. Let me give an example. You're on the golf course. You're about to swing your driver for, let's say, a shot that's probably you want to get out there about 180 to 240 yards, and the hole's about 490. And so when you think about it, you know that you want to hit that ball straight down the fairway, okay? And you don't want to slice it to go left or right. And you don't want to go in the water, obviously, and stay out of any bunkers or sand traps. Having that intention, that thought, okay, is going to help you a long way. Does it mean you're always going to stay out of the bunkers, the sand, or the water? No, it doesn't. And when you fall into the water, the sand trap, you're like, oh, gee, that's terrible. No, it's not. I just learned how I shouldn't hit the club. Or I just learned that that club is not the right club for this hole. Or I learned that when I chip, that's not how I should be chipping. You see what I'm saying? So you learn little lessons. And these lessons will keep repeating themselves if you don't learn them. Let's say, for example, you are going to, a bakery. And there is a person there that's going to help you get your cupcakes or your pastries, whatever. So you formed a perception about how this person is most likely going to act towards you to provide service to you. Now, what happens is people's perceptions go south when they don't align 100% to what they expect. Does that mean it's wrong? No. but a perception is based on what we have seen and experienced in the past. Let me try to give you another one. You're on the road, okay? You know what it's like to merge into traffic. You know how you have to do it at a certain pace. You have to put your blinker on, not too slow, not too fast. And suddenly, you learn that when you pull over, somebody quickly cuts you off. So now you didn't know that before, but now that they cut you off, you're now being extra cautious, right? And that's not a bad thing, but your perception of how to pull out in a lane or how to merge has changed. It's changed. So by looking at a glass half full, we're able to see the potentiality for us to be positive. Other people can see that and buy into our potentiality. Maybe you were teaching somebody how to make an omelet. They're like, oh, I can't make an omelet. And they go through all these gyrations, they mix it up, they play with the sides and all this, and they have a mess. They don't have an omelet, they have a mess. Where when you teach them, it's like, okay, what we really need to do is make the batter, everything we have to do with the egg, use a non-stick, put the butter in the pan, turn it on, pop it into the pan, and let it sit for a couple minutes. Let it cook. Then after a couple minutes, turn the heat down. And don't start playing with the edges. But when you see the edges are starting to get all done, then you'll start to flip it in. And now your teaching has caused a perception in them that now I could be a great omelet maker. So a perception has the ability to cause you to become successful, but also has the ability to get you to grow on where you currently are now. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. By the way, happy Passover to our Jewish friends celebrating their Seder, their Passover. I know we're in the midst of that holiday, and do wish all of our Jewish friends a very happy, healthy, safe, wonderful, relaxing Passover, a meaningful one as well. So when we think about seeing the glass half full, you're going to have negative people on the sideline. But you, my friend, need to score the touchdown, need to make the basket, need to score that goal. You need to keep the intention, the sight, the prize, the reward you got in your head right there. And know that you're going to do it. And you've already felt it. And when it happens, it's going to make it easier to do it the second time. Have yourself a great rest of your night. I'll be back tomorrow, which is Friday, to finish up our master topic and to wrap up and to summarize what we've been talking about all week, because there's a lot of great things. Oh, for those of you that are watching and seeing me here on the actual video, I know on the podcast you can't see this, but I'm wearing this little plastic, we call it a necklace, but it's really just a tube. And I was actually at a concert tonight, and they gave these away so people could find their party. I thought that was kind of cool. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you are looking to become a guest on Inspirations for Your Life, remember, we are not a sales show. You definitely can reach out to us. Happy to have you send us some information. You can message us, and we'll send you off our media release. We'll schedule a short session to see if you're a good guest. Not everyone's a good guest, and that is not something that's a problem. It's just we're looking for people that are going to inspire and make a difference in other people's lives. And not everyone out there is here to do that. Have yourself a great rest of your night. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to see you tomorrow. So take care, everyone. Be well.